Hey everybody, welcome back to Heartland Productions. My friends up in Canada, NU2U, reached out to me the other week and they asked me if I would like to test out one of their new prototype products that they came out with. So today I'm going to test out the NU2U Flame Tamer for the Gozney Dome. The idea behind this is that you put it right up against the burner, so it gives you a nice buffer between the direct flame and the side of the pizza, so you still get the heat that radiates through the metal, which cooks the pizza, but it helps minimize the burn, gives you a few extra seconds, so it prevents that one side of the pizza from burning a little quicker than it normally would without it. It shouldn't impede the flame at all. The flame should go straight up, curve along the top of the oven, which allows that kind of that nice convection style of heat that is typical for a dome type pizza. Pretty excited to test this out. I think it's going to be great for things like bread or other things too, where you want a hot fire but you don't necessarily want it to burn against the flame. So let's test it out. Don't forget, if you haven't already right now, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification button. So today I'm just going to do one test pizza. I'm using my 48-hour cold fermented biga dough. I just got this out, it's ready to go. I'm going to be doing a roasted chicken carbonara pizza today. The toppings are very simple. I'm just using a carbonara sauce. This is from a local Texas grocery store called H-E-B. I'm also have some fresh mozzarella. I have the pearls. These are just nice. I like the shape and they're super easy. You don't have to cut them up. I have pecorino romano that I'm going to use. This kind of helps add a little earthiness, a little nuttiness, and a little bit of salt also. This is great. If you've used Parmesan in the past, I would upgrade to pecorino. It adds even more flavor. And then I have just some roasted chicken that I shredded up. I'm going to put that on for the protein. Let's get this started. I like to take a little bit of semolina sprinkled around to help get it unstuck. If you want to learn how to make this dough, I have the step-by-step on my YouTube channel. It's the biga dough, step 1, 2, and then I also have a step 3, which is how to freeze it in case you want to make extra. So I'm just going to stretch this out a little bit more. Perfect. That's looking great. Okay, let's get rid of some of the semolina. Again, here's the sauce. Like I mentioned, it's just pancetta, pecorino, and cream. We're going to smooth this out. A light base. We're going to go ahead and put the roasted chicken on. Now we're going to put some of the fresh mozzarella pearls on. Again, I like this size because you don't have to cut it up and it makes a nice shape. A little pecorino. Not too much because the sauce already has some. Now we're going to top it off with a little extra virgin olive oil. Nice little bit. Perfect. Now let's check the oven. It's at 870 degrees air temperature, so the actual stone should be around 850. Before I put the pizza in, I always like to use my scraper. This is a DAREBUILT made in Canada. I'll put a link in the description. I like to make sure there's no flour from the last time I used it. Kind of just scrape the stone off a little bit. Make sure it's nice and clean. Have my turning peel ready to go. Always stretch the pizza out a little bit to get a nice circle. You don't want to grab the sides too much. You want to make it nice and even. Perfect. Okay, let's get this in the oven. perfect. Gonna get my turning peel. As you can see, the edge of the flame tamer kind of keeping the direct flame from hitting the side. In about 30 seconds, you can see normally this side would be getting black already. It's just nice bubbling up, so it looks like it's doing its job perfectly. Let's go ahead and warm my turning peel up a little bit. Go ahead and you have a gentle turn. Look at that. It's getting a little char, but no burning. I think it's doing a great job so far. I'm going to do this a real time, so I'm not going to edit it out. This is exactly how long it's taking. You can see, again, it's getting a nice char and getting some nice brown, but there's no big burn spots. Let's check out the bottom. Looking good so far. Maybe another gentle turn. Get this last little side, and then it'll be done. Okay, it's been in just about a minute. Look at that. That is a great looking pizza. Let's go ahead and get it on the cooling rack. And we're going to top it with just a little bit of dry oregano. Great looking pizza. Nice uniform char all the way around. It looks fantastic. Great heat on the top. Everything melted exactly the way I wanted it. Let's check it out too. So you can see how the flames are still going up across the top. It doesn't impact the flow of the flame and the circulation of the fire and the heat. It does give that little bit of barrier in between. You can see right here. It allows this side to kind of minimizes any direct flame on the side of the pizza or whatever you're cooking. I could see this being very useful with something like bread or something where you don't want direct flame, but you need the heat too. See the flames going across. If you're going to use the dome casually, if you're going to just make a pizza once or twice here and there, a couple times a month or something, well, if you're going to only use it that much, you're probably not going to be buying an oven like this. But for me, who I'm making pizza and I'm using this thing every single week, I think this is going to become a staple of my dome. I just like it. Just another tool to add to it. Just adds a little bit higher quality of bake to it too. Again, is it 100% necessary? No, it's not. But is it something that I think made for a better cook? I think the results kind of speak for themselves. Pizza ended up turning out great. I'll keep experimenting with it too, but as of right now, I'm going to give the Flame Tamer for the Gozney Dome a thumbs up. So I know a lot of people are going to ask me, do I really need to buy a Flame Tamer for my dome? And like I said for the Flame Tamer for the Rock Box, you can still make great pizza with or without the Flame Tamer. Where I really think this again is going to be useful is going to be when somebody's making bread, or if you're making tons of pizza and you just don't have the time to sit there and stare. If you're making pizzas, throwing them in, taking them out, it gives you that extra few seconds before it burns the pizza because it kind of acts as a barrier between the direct flame and the pizza. Or if you're doing bread and you don't necessarily want direct flame, it helps again add a little bit of buffer. And a lot of people say, well, when I look at professional pizza makers and their ovens, like they never have this kind of thing. The reason being is that they have much larger ovens. So a commercial pizza making oven, like a big wood oven or a gas oven, they don't need something like that because they have the space that they can actually place the pizza, the bread, etc. They can place it a little bit farther away from the direct flame where they can set it where just the curve of the flame's coming over and heating the pizza up too. So when you have these smaller compact ovens, that it plays a little more of an important role because especially if you're doing two pizzas, you're going to have a pizza right up next to the flame. And even when you don't, you really only have a few inches to kind of spare. So I think in these smaller ovens, I see value in it. If you have an oven that's any bigger than this, you probably don't need it. If you have, like I was saying, a bigger oven that can hold 4 or 5 pizzas at a time, you're going to have enough space on the floor of the oven to kind of pull the pizza away, so you don't really have to have something buffering the direct flame. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the notification bell also. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Have a good day. A lot of times people... Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3.
Hello there.